all the other 2Ks, when we come to ISO lockdowns, we already know the ISO lockdowns, they have good playmaking, good defense, alright shooting, and decent finishing. But what if I tell you in NBA 2K23, you can make an ISO lockdown build that can really change the game? Some of you guys might remember at the beginning of the year, I put y'all on to the ISO lockdown build when the game first came out. After understanding the My Player Builder, because most lockdowns on NBA 2K23 are just regular lockdowns. But at this point in the game, most of them are able to somewhat put the ball on the ground and get a bucket. But being able to create your own shot on 2K is a great thing, especially if you're someone that's not the main ball handler on your team. So it actually brings less stress to the point guard or whoever's going to be the main ball handler when it comes to playing. But look, you already know when it comes to playing 2K, we know the offense on 2K is more overpowered than the defense, but it is a great thing to have defense on your build, unless you're on a small guard like a 6'1 or 6'2, but you can still have defense on those type of builds, but you're going to be somewhat at a disadvantage. So today we're going to hop into My Player Builder. I'm going to be showing you two different versions of an ISO lockdown build. As of this build, you can make it a point guard, shooting guard, small forward. It is up to you. As of me, I usually mess around with point guard or shooting guard when it comes to making these type of ISO lockdown builds, just based on what you're going to be playing. If you want to be the main ball handler with this build, make it a point guard. But if you want to end up playing lockdown, make it a shooting guard, just in case you do play rec and pro-am. But when it comes to the heights of making a lockdown, you can be 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", or 6'9", but the best heights to choose between is 6'7", 6'8", and 6'9". For as of this build I'm making right now, this is going to be particular for the 6'7" to the 6'8". You can also try to make this for 6'9", but I have a whole different build to show you at the end of the video. But as we're going to do this, we're going to be 6'7", 200 pounds. You can be 192 if you want to. 7'4" wingspan, solid body type, or define, whatever you want to choose. But when it comes to end up putting these attributes on this build, we already want finishing. As of me playing on that legend build, the legend build only had an 80 drive and dunk. I was cool with the 80 drive and dunk, but it was times I was getting pushed out the air a few times just because I had an 80 drive and dunk. But you still get straight arm tomahawks and you get quick drops. But for this build, I was thinking I can make this build better than what that build was, because I know he wasn't really in depth into the My Player Builder. So I'm gonna end up having a 67 close shot, a 78 layup, and an 86 drive and dunk. As of him only having an 80 drive and dunk on his build, I was like, all right, an 86 would be definitely good enough. You can get contact dunks. You got a 78 layup, that's cool. And then you got a 67 close shot. Not too crazy, but it's decent enough to still make those shots close to the paint. And this will end up giving you 14 finishing badges. But when it comes to the shooting on this build, you really have to make the decision if you're going to go with an 83 three-pointer or 85 three-pointer. If you're someone that's just good enough to still play with an 83 three-pointer, having Agent 3s on silver and limitless on bronze, rock out with the 83. You can throw the attributes somewhere else. But if you want that limitless range on silver and you're going to be using this in the rec, the park, everywhere I would say rock out with the 85 three-pointer with the 70 mid-range. To get 18 shooting badges on this build, you can throw some extra badge points on shooting and on finishing, just to end up throwing a little piece in there. But when it comes to the playmaking part, these are two things I only see on playmaking that you really can touch. As of having an 89 ball control to get quick first step on Hall of Fame, you can do that. Or if you're someone that just don't care about having quick first step on Hall of Fame, you can rock out with the 85 ball control to keep it on go and unlock all the dribble moves that you really need. But for the sake of an ISO build at 6'7" and 6'8", I do recommend you go with an 89 ball control, because at 6'9", you do not get a quick first step on Hall of Fame unless you upgrade your post control. So as to the pass accuracy, we're gonna rock out with the 75. If you go 76, you get that break starter badge on gold. But look, silver is definitely good with 75 pass accuracy. But for the speed with ball, you're gonna end up making this a 75 speed with ball. If you go 76, you don't get nothing else. But if you go 77, you get an extra badge point. So if you want to go 75 and keep it at 75 to save the badge points and put it somewhere else, you can. But I prefer you go 77 so you get the extra badge point on playmaking, so you have 20 badge points. Now look, when it comes to the defense part, I know a lot of times you see lockdowns, most of the time they don't have rebound, or they don't even have an offensive or defensive rebound. So as you being the main ball handler, even if you're the secondary ball handler, I'm gonna end up having defensive rebound on this build, just know that. But for the actual interior defense, 6'7", 6'8", I'm going with 70 or 75. That's going to be my threshold I'm going to end up rocking out with. But for the perimeter defense, it's between me rocking out with an 86, 87, or I'm just going to jump up to a 92. That's the three options I'm messing with, because at 87, you get an extra badge point. If you go to 92, you get clamps on go. But for the steal, you can have a 99 steal or a 95 steal. This is just an optional thing, but as of having a 95 steal, it can definitely get the job done. And if you're someone that's good at getting on-ball steals, a 95 steal getting gold, pickpocket / glove, you will be cool, and you get interceptor on goal. Interceptor on goal is on this game is actually crazy. Having interceptor on goal is crazy on this game. Y'all seen what I was getting? I was jumping lanes, doing everything I need to do in those games. For the block, we want to go with an 87 block to get anchor on silver. Anchor on silver is, I would say, the bare minimum that you should have when it comes to that being a lockdown, or even being in general as a bigger build. If you 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", an 87 block is definitely the bare minimum. Not no 75, an 87. But as of the rebound, we're gonna have a 67 rebound because you get box out beast on silver. When it comes to the speed and acceleration, we're rocking with an 83 speed. And then as the acceleration, we're gonna max that out to 81. Now for the vertical, we need a 70 vertical to unlock the contact dunks, but you might as well go to 75 to unlock both of them. And then when you go to the stamina, we're gonna rock out with a 92 stamina. And since we got extra badge points, we can throw it on rebound, or we can end up lowering interior, but we can throw it on a free throw if we really want to. That's the main thing as well. You can throw it in a lot of different parts on this build, but as of the main key, you can throw 68 rebound and then throw a little on the free throw. Now, if you look at this build, you got 14, 18, 20, and 22. If you're someone that got extra badge points, I do recommend you throw your extra badge points on playmaking, some on finishing, and if you got some more left over, you can throw some on defense, to be honest. But as long as you got your main core badges that you need. But for the takeover, you can unlock, you get sharp, slashing, playmaking, and lock. Now, if I tell you, you make this build 6'8", you have a chance to get rim protector takeover. 6'8s and 6'9s, they get rim protector takeover. I don't think I have got a chance to make a actual 6'7" unless he got a 93 block to end up getting rim protector takeover. But as of the name of the build, you see it all the time. Two-way 3-point shot creator. This is maybe one of the best ISO builds you can have. Most of the 2.3 3-point shot creators are literally the best ones to end up using on this game. They usually don't have rebound like that unless they sacrifice on their block or their interior defense. But I'm gonna set up this build. We're gonna go with 6'9", 187 pounds. You can go higher if you want to. Wingspan, you can go max if you can shoot with an 82 3-pointer, but if you want the Asian threes on silver, go with a 7'6" wingspan. Now look, you can do a lot of different things with this build because the core patterns and the actual tier patterns for the badges are way different since you're 6'9". So you can rock with the 86 driving dunk, you can have a 78, 77 driving layup, and as for the close shot, our close shot is going to get us all our badges. So I'm going to end up upping the close shot to 76 close shot to get us 14 badges. Now if I upgrade my driving dunk up 1, I will get 15 finishing badges on this build. Now you will see at the end of this build that I will get the extra badge point by sacrificing a little bit of rebound just to get that. But as of shooting, you got an 83 3-pointer. I know you can hit with an 83 3-pointer. It's not hard to shoot on this game. So having an 83 3-pointer, Agent 3 is limitless on bronze. If you're someone that doesn't want limitless on bronze, you will have to lower that wingspan to like 7'5", and you will end up getting limitless on silver. But for the mid-range, 70 to all the way like 75 is a good threshold to have to shoot a midi on this game. As long as you got around like a 70 mid-range, you can shoot very consistently from the mid-range and you can time it very easily. But when it comes to the playmaking, you have an 87 ball control. But if you're someone that does not care about clamp breaker on goal, you can rock out with the 85. The 85, you still get quick first up on goal, but as of somebody that wants clamp breaker on goal, you go 87. That's the only two decisions you really make. When it comes to the speed with ball, stop at 75 because 76 don't get you no extra. But for the pass accuracy, this is what we're going to end up doing. We're going to not stop at 75. We're not going to stop at 75 because we need that extra badge point. So we're going to go to 78 to get the 21 playmaking badges for this build. And if you're someone that got extra badge points, I would say at least throw 2 to 3 extra badge points on playmaking to get 24 or 23. Now, when it comes to defense, as of the perimeter defense, I only went 88 because I get an extra badge point. You can go 92 if you want to, but 88 is cool. You can definitely get the job done with 88 perimeter defense. 87 is actually where I'm like messing with, 87, 86. So between the 86 perimeter defense to 88, that's cool. But as of the steal, I wanted the steal to be a 90, but you have to max out your wingspan to get a 90 steal with a 6'9" to get interceptor on goal. Now as the block, you got an 87 block, but you might as well go up to 88 to end up getting chased down on Hall of Fame. Now for interior defense, you're gonna have your interior defense between 75 and 78. And then now you're going to end up having your offensive and defensive rebound on this build at 70. Those are literally somewhat close to the bare minimum of like actual rebounds that you can have on this game. Like 65 is cool, 60 is cool, but it's just based on how tall you are and what build you're going to be playing and how you're going to be playing on the court. Now for the speed and physicals, your speed is going to be at 83, acceleration is going to be the same, 81. Then you got the vertical of 80. So since now this build is 6'9", you do get extra attributes compared to being on a 6'7", 6'8". That's why I have an 80 vertical and a 93 stamina, and my free throw is higher than what it was, and I automatically get a standard dunk just because I upgraded my driving dunk on this build. But look, if I lower my actual rebound to 50 on offensive and I add the rest on driving dunk and free throw, I can end up getting 15 badges on finishing. So I can have 15, 18, 21, and 23 instead of 14, 18, 21, and 23. And for this 6'9", you can get rim and lock take. So if you want to get real toxic and you be ISOing for rim and lock take, I'm gonna be honest, that's gonna be really dangerous, having rim and lock take on a build. Now for the shades, I'm actually surprised. We got OG Anunoby and then we got Mikal Bridges as the actual shades. That's very rare to see Mikal Bridges as the actual shade because I rarely get him to pop up. Even when I'm making a lockdown and can shoot, also with a decent ball control, it's very rare for him to end up popping up. But look, if y'all boys enjoy this ISO lockdown build, y'all want to see more gameplay on it, hey man, make sure y'all boys drop a like on this video, subscribe, turn on notifications. Hey, make sure y'all check out these 2 videos on the screen. We went crazy in them, and I'm gonna see y'all boys in the next one.